All right, so you're welcome, everyone. I'll hand over to our moderator for today to start the program.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Scholarship and Empowerment webinar, which is sponsored by the Success Waymaker Foundation. My name is Efuse Okose, a grade 12 student of Kildonan East Collegiate and a STEM enthusiast. I'm glad to announce that I'll be your moderator for today. Before we begin this wonderful program, I would like to invite our founder of Success Waymark Foundation, Dr. Grace Oluwadebi. Let's give her a fine round of applause as she gives us her opening remark.
Yeah, good morning from me, good afternoon everywhere and wherever you are. I just want you to type something in the chat button. Probably good morning, joining from Nigeria. Good afternoon, joining from Italy. Good afternoon, joining from Ghana, wherever you're joining from. Can we make it a bit interactive by sending that in the chat box? Good. For us here in Canada, it's morning. I've not seen anything coming up in the chat. And I believe it's afternoon for Nigerian folks. Thank you. Thank you. I can see. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, please. Also, if you are assigned to admit people, try to do that. Comfort, please, process. So you're all welcome. Let's just have a word of prayer. Our Father and our God, we thank you, Lord, for this opportunity, even to learn things from scholars who have achieved success through scholarship. And Lord, we are praying that today all that we learn is inside the tips, that those of us here on the call and those who will still join and those who will listen to the video later on, that Lord, they will apply all these steps, oh God, into their life, and their life will become better. Our time this afternoon or morning will not be a waste of time. Help us, oh God, to make it a useful period in the mighty name of Jesus, and let your name be glorified. In all the discussion, conversation, take all the glory. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. We believe so much in prayer. We are a foundation or an organization that believes in prayer. So you're all welcome. So for those who might be seeing me for the first time, my name is Grace Oluwadebi. I'm in Canada and I work as a project manager for KPMG Canada. So yeah, today's program is just about scholarship awareness. So this is an NGO that we are into STEM activities, and especially our focus is for females, but for like scholarship opportunity like this, we involve everyone, either you're a male or female, because we are so much interest in your success. So that's our major focus, to promote STEM activities, to create awareness on STEM events, and also we are into mentorship. So if you have, like after this program and you have an application you want to make, we are there to support you. If you reach out to us, we're there to help you walk through your application. So we have that strong mentorship, and we are grateful that we have success stories among us. So I want us to key into the program today. Yeah, probably most people that register will not be here for one reason or the other. I want us to consider the number, but you are here. So, and I want you to make the best use of the time so that you gain something tangible and something that you can take to your own life and work with it. So I won't take much of our time, and we are we'll soon bring the first speaker because we have already waited for a while. We have lost some time there. So we're just going to continue in the program, and I just want us to be attentive. If you need to take some notes, please do that. And I know that the time you are spending here, it's not going to be a waste at this period. So let's just stay tuned and let it be engaging. If you have a question, feel free to ask a question. So it's a forum where you can stay. And we are visible on the social medias. We are on Facebook. We are on LinkedIn. Please, if you're on LinkedIn, follow us. So we have a dedicated WhatsApp group as well. So if you want to know more about our programs, feel free to join the link. If you don't know about it, we will share it before the end of the program today. So on that note, I want to say welcome from wherever you're joining from. And I've seen the record of people who registered. There are so many people with different expectations today. And I'm sure that your expectation will be met. Either you are planning for PhD or for master's or first degree, all these questions will be answered by our resource. I want to say thank you to Mrs. Fumi, who is joining us from Italy, and also Mr. Salma will be here on shortly. Thank you. So I hand over to you, FLC, sorry.
Thank you so much,
You
Dr.
are muted.
Grace. Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Grace, for those wonderful words. We have our beautiful and brave scholars in the house, which are Mrs. Fumilola Oladipo and Mr. Samuel Olariwaju. They'll be sharing their experiences and providing insight in securing a scholarship opportunity with us. Our first scholar would be Mrs. Fumilola. She's a registered dietitian and a scholarship recipient at the University of Calabria, Italy, where she's pursuing degree in nutritional sciences. She's also a beneficiary of multiple Erasmus mobility programs across Europe, where she gained extensive international academic and research training. She is passionate about evidence based nutrition research and is dedicated to inspiring students and early career professionals to pursue global scholarships and academic opportunities. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Fumilola Oladipo. Mrs. Fumilola.
You are muted.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in the various time zones we are. It's a it's a good pleasure to be here and a good opportunity to share my experience and also talk about scholarship opportunities, especially in Europe. Okay, so the topic. Let me first start with the topic. The topic says unlock the new year with life-changing scholarship opportunities. I believe everyone on this call has a target, a goal of applying to scholarship and exploring different scholarship opportunities across the world. And we have this New Year, New Resolution thing where everyone has a jotter, a journal where you write your goals and ambition for the year. So first of all, I want to motivate us that scholarships are everywhere. It's not just limited to Canada, not just limited to USA, because I know most scholarship applicants, they always target, oh, if not US, it has to be Canada. Fine, everyone has a unique scholarship story. Having someone getting a US or Canadian scholarship doesn't mean you have to start from there. And as I've said, your story is unique and different. So you might start from a school in Europe, and you maybe later migrate to that particular school you are eyeing in Canada or in USA or other part of the world. So I don't want us to limit ourselves to one particular zone or to one particular continent. There are scholarships everywhere. So let us have that in mind. Okay, so through the course of my presentation, I will also be telling my story alongside. I am sorry I did not prepare a PowerPoint presentation. I've been quite busy, but I would like us to make this make this uh, meeting an interactive one and also ask our questions when we have it. And we can also maybe drop some questions in the chat room where I can see and also answer to avoid interruptions while I speak. Okay, so preparing for scholarship is, let me liken it to job application. And preparing for scholarship is also is different from job application because you are competing with other applicants from various countries. And it's like a survival of the fittest because every scholarship application will be viewed and the best would be chosen. So let me start with my story a bit. I started my scholarship application in 2020. I graduated from the University of Ibadan in Nigeria in 2019. So I started the scholarship application in 2020. I started to, I was also like the other, like many applicants who always have it in mind to know if it's not Canada, it has to be US. So I started with an application the in Ireland, not particularly in US. So I was actually given an admission, but no scholarship. I know many of us. I'm also from like a middle income family. I don't have that millions of naira to sponsor myself. So most of us we rely on scholarship to fund our education and make life easy. I know like there's this particular thing about scholarship. You enjoying free money. You having your housing and free, having feeding free. There's this joy that comes with it that, oh, I'm studying without any financial stress, without without me thinking of, oh, where will the next money for this particular semester, or where will the money for this particular education resource or educational material come from. So scholarship is actually cool and okay, and you studying outside your country with scholarship also offer you exposure because you'll be able to interact with other people from other countries. You'll be able to brainstorm with them. You'll be able to do things. You'll be able to research with them and also hear from. You also relate with their own, with their perspective too, and also their background. So and also scholarship is also like a gateway to you receiving residency or you having like a permanent stay in another country. So aside you getting work visa or other thing, study visa through scholarship is actually a good thing and like a sure way of leaving Africa or leaving your country and studying abroad wherever you find yourself. Okay, so back to my story. So in 2020, as I've said earlier, I started this scholarship application and it took me 4 years because I got the scholarship in 2024. So there were a lot of rejections. So let me prepare our mind. Fine, as I've said earlier, everyone has a unique scholarship story. Your story might be different from another person. On your first attempt, you might just apply and you get it straight away. And for some other people, it might be the second one, it might be the third one, it might even be like the 10th one. So in any case, maybe just don't limit yourself, as I've said earlier, and don't relent. Don't relent. Grow thick skin to the rejections. So I started the scholarship in 2020. Yeah, so I was given the admission, the scholarship. So I was really, it's really weighed me down. Like, when you have high expectation for something, like you already even position yourself that, oh, I have what it takes. I prepared my maybe put like application fee when you particular person. Will we be willing to answer the person like when we know that, oh, this person will just comes to message me anytime he or she needs help. So we have to ensure we have like a good relationship or good communication with our possible recommenders and also try and have samples or try and have and try and know how to write statement of purpose or motivational letter. Actually, for most scholarships in Europe, you don't really have to write a statement of purpose. So for masters scholarship, let me be precise. So you don't really need to have like you don't need to submit a statement of purpose document, but just to since you are competing with other applicants from other countries, you can just add like a motivation letter or like a one-page statement of purpose because in Italy majorly they don't like reading too much thing. Their official language is not even English, it is in Italian. So they don't really like reading too much words. So and also, there is this, I know generally there is this particular CV guide for you applying to US schools and Canadian schools. So for Italy, your CV should not be more than 2 pages. Just put related and relevant work experience or the things you've done that is really related to the particular course you are applying for, because these people, they don't have time to read, and you have to be clear with what you are putting there. So and also, if we can also get publications, that particular project that we wrote, we can go back to it and tell our supervisor that, oh, I want to publish it. We can come up with a draft, a manuscript draft, to show that we are serious, so that they can even take us serious and push our uh, our manuscript up for publication. So while I was the process of of my journey from 2020 to 2024, I wasn't staying idle. I had to take up joining research teams, which I added to my CV. I had to I had to ensure I had like a close communication and relationship with my undergraduate supervisor, where I volunteered to write to prepare manuscript drafts for him, which I also participated in some of the research too, and I was included as part of the authors in the manuscript and the article and the publications. So I had to add that to my CV, which was also boosted my chance the of winning the scholarship. And I also want to put it also to you that it is good to explore the scholarship in Europe, because there are many scholarship in Europe that people ignore with the fact that, oh, it is Europe, it is Italy, it is Spain, it is Germany. What am I going to do there? There are many benefits, and benefit one is, don't look at the language. There are many English taught courses that are here. My course is English taught, although they have the Italian taught too, but and there are many English taught courses. We have in my school here in University of Calabria, we have chemistry, physics, nutritional sciences. We have some engineering courses. We have some environmental courses too that are taught in English, where you apply to and get this scholarship. And a beautiful thing about Europe is when you get a scholarship in Europe, you can also have access to applying to Erasmus mobility programs. This one is not Erasmus Mundus. This one is Erasmus mobility programs, uh, where you're traveling, your research or your education is being funded outside that particular um, that particular school you are. Okay, for example, last year I applied for an Erasmus mobility program where I had to travel out of Italy to Cyprus, and everything was funded. My traveling, everything was calculated to a particular sum, which I had to travel with, and the that exposure, you moving from one country to another, being sponsored, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, even and particularly for people who love to travel. It's a good thing to explore the world, explore the country, and also have a good experience about it. I know, like, since Italy rather is part of the Schengen countries, so I can travel to all the Schengen countries I want to go to. So far I have the valid documents and the necessary things have to travel I have to travel with. Yes. So starting the new year, there are many, as I've said earlier, there are many scholarship opportunity, and for Europe generally, for Italy and some other Schengen countries, the application window is around February to like July, and the start date is somewhere around September, October. So there are many there are many process from you applying to you getting a visa, which is very which is for that's why it's good to have a scholarship because recently I don't know maybe because of the various immigration policies all around. So recently so that's why it's good to have a scholarship. The embassies, the consulates trying to prioritize scholarship recipients to they are trying to prioritize them so that they can expedite their application process because since the US government has placed an embargo recently, so people are trying to shift their focus to Europe, and uh, there are many applicants that are even they are willing to fund themselves, and Italy especially they are trying to prioritize scholarship recipients because they know that these are the people they want to pay for, that they are paying for, so they are trying to prioritize them, so they expedite their own application process. So that's why it's advisable to have a scholarship. And also for Italy, there are regional scholarships that when you come here, you can apply for them without there are regional scholarship that you can apply for them. Okay, let me put it in a good way. So you can apply to a school here in Italy, and you were given the admission, but you did not get the scholarship. So you have to fund yourself first. You have to ensure you get the visa first, and when you get to Italy, you can apply for the regional scholarship. And most people that I know that they funded themselves and got to Italy, when they applied for the regional scholarship, they were given the scholarship. So it's a it's a good thing knowing that there are various scholarships here to explore. And even okay, for my own particular scholarship, it's a school scholarship. So and also the Italian government scholarship. We have the Maeki scholarship also. And okay, I think Nigeria is excluded. I don't. I think I had that someone here is from Ghana. There is a Invest Your Talent scholarship for Ghanaian applicants, IYTs. Nigeria is excluded from this particular scholarship. So I advise the Ghanaian applicant to also explore that particular scholarship because it's also uh, the scholarship is also okay and good. And the beautiful thing of this scholarship is that you upon your arrival, you already have a house. You already have somewhere to stay. Some scholarship is when you are coming or when you get here, you have to be when you get there, you have to be looking for where to stay, where to crash yourself first before you get accommodation. It's not like that here. Upon your arrival, even before you even come, they already assign a room to you via your email that you are in this particular block and this particular room. So when you come to this particular office to get your key and stay. And even before you get your stipend, you are eligible to eat from the school canteen. You have free meal every day to yourself. And free accommodation, your tuition is also free. And you also get some stipend to keep yourself up for survivor. Yes, so I would advise us to explore Europe because there are many benefits. There are many benefits. You can travel around the world. You are eligible for various things. Various opportunities. Also, you and even with the Erasmus mobility program, you can even travel outside Europe. You can even go to that US you want to go to for a short while, like maybe for a research program. You can go to that Canada you wish to go to, and it will be funded. So far, you provide the necessary agreements to with the school and where you are going to. So basically, I want to say that you should not limit yourself, even if you are not looking into Europe. Try to explore different part of the world, explore Australia, explore everywhere because there are many scholarship that people that are wasting every year because people do not explore. And I want to put it as a scholarship applicant, you have to research. You have to research. While I was applying for my scholarship, I had like a book where I always put the name of the school, everything. Every time I'm always online to check the particular school. This are the requirements. This are what I should do. This are what I should do. And okay, also particular for this particular scholarship, you don't need to code email any supervisor. You don't need to send code email. It's just your document that will speak for you. So you trying to look for a supervisor or something is not like that here. So just apply and your you get the scholarship if you are eligible. So for the scholarship I was given, we for each course is just only 10 slots that are available. And I think Nigerians are kind of given priority maybe based on our English language, our knowledge, and how we are kind of um, oriented and academically sound. So I think I will have to rest for a while so that people can ask their questions and then I take over again.
You are muted, Efeso.
Any questions?
Okay, we'll come to question and answer later.
Seems like. Does anybody have any questions?
Your background is a bit noisy. So we come to question and answer later on. You can bring in the second speaker.
Oh, okay, okay. Our second speaker would be Mr. Samuel Olariwaju. Mr. Samuel is a PhD candidate, Vanier scholar, and a lifelong learner who believes that research should do more than sit in journals. It should move people, shift systems, and solve problems that matter. His works sit at the intersection of science, strategy, and social change. Samuel has spent his last few years diving deep into genetics and RNA biology, while also building platforms that empower young leaders, support healthier communities, and spark innovation across Africa and beyond. What drives him is simple: impact. Whether in analyzing complex data, consulting on a health initiative, or co-creating programs for youth development, he's always asking how this can make a real difference. Samuel has led nonprofits, worked with startups, consulted for small and medium enterprises, built global networks, published in top journals like Science and Nucleic Acid Research, presented at global conferences such as RNA Society and World Economic Forum, and received awards like the New England Biolab Passion in Science Award and Premier of Manitoba Volunteer Service Award. Not for the recognition, but because he cares about bringing people together to tackle big challenges with bold and thoughtful solutions. Please welcome Mr. Samuel Olariwaju.
Thank you very much, Jose. I hope we can all hear my voice clearly. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. So, our previous speaker already did a lot of justice to what it takes to apply for scholarships and how to win them. And also, she mentioned about the perks that comes with winning scholarships, such as you get into travel, you get into expose yourself, and you get into access platforms that can help you to advance your career. So today, I'm going to be more like talking on how you can win, right? You've learned about the importance of getting the scholarship, but besides that, there is a particular mindset it takes to win a scholarship. And that mindset, we've noticed through research, through engagement with people, that certain people know how to apply for these things and they keep on winning them, whereas some are having challenges on how to win. So I believe you joined this call because you want to win, not just to, learn about the information alone. You want to be able to win them, right? So, as I mentioned, our last speaker already did a lot of justice, so I will just be focusing mainly on the mindset part and how to be able to win and all the other things you need to know. And I'm currently wrapping up my PhD in Canada, so I've been able to apply for some scholarships both nationally and province wide. So if you have any question, please note them down. I would love to give some answers to them. The ones I can, and the ones we can always look for ways to find answers to them. So let me know if you can see my slide. I have a very small slide here. Coming. Okay, so I gave this particular slide at the African Future Leaders Summit in 2025. And when I was told by Mrs. Grace about this meeting today, I felt like doing this particular presentation because I feel it's something that is very, very important. How to master scholarships and fellowships and how to stand out, which is the key thing actually for everyone joining this call today. You are applying, you're competing with millions of people, right? You're competing with Indians, with Chinese, with everyone that wants to win scholarships. So how can you stand out? How can your application come out of you know, the crowd? How can a professor see your email and respond back to you, right? Because in a day, they probably get 30 of them, 40 of them. So how can yours stand out? That's what I'll be discussing about. And that's where the mindset part of this thing comes in. So the first thing you need to do to be able to apply for a scholarship or to be able to stand out is you need to start with the why. You need to start with the why. You need to start with the why. And that's the major thing. Many of us, we join course, we join scholarship programs like this. But the question I want to ask you is this: why did you join today? And why did you want to win a scholarship? If you don't know why, it will be hard for you to stay. It will be hard for you to continue to push because just like our previous speaker, it took her 4 years. Some of us, it took us years to get this opportunity, but what kept, helped us to stay the course is because we know the why. And the why is not just about money. Oh, I want to get money, or I want to relocate. If that's the reason why you want to get a scholarship, it might be harder because it's not an easy thing to do. It's a marathon, right? So some people are favored, they apply once, they got it once, but that's still, leave a particular aspect of this winning scholarship because when you win a scholarship, you also need to be, you have to possess what it takes to actually maintain the scholarship, right? So through the process of applying for scholarships, you're trained. You learn some things. You learn how to be resilient, how to be consistent, how to be tenacious, right? So being able to understand your why from the beginning helps. Your why could be career progression. Oh, if I do get this scholarship, it's going to give me a platform to advance my career, right? If I get this scholarship, it's going to help me to have even okay, finances too can be part of it, right? Because the scholarship comes with money. It might be okay because of my family, right? But you need to think beyond also yourself. You need to think way beyond yourself because that's what will keep you going even after you win the scholarship, because you will definitely win it if you are tenacious. But when you win it, to be able to keep it, to be able to do well in that program, you need to have a why. The other thing is this now that you've known your why, right? You already know why you want to apply. But the next question is this have you taken time to reflect on your journey? What's your story? Right? Anything you want to apply for today in the scholarship realm, you have to write a personal statement. You have to write a story, right? You have to do an interview. Why are they doing all of these things? You should ask yourself, why not just give me the scholarship based on my transcript and my CV? Why do I have to go through interviews? Why do I have to, get on Zoom calls? Why is it that they want to meet me? They want to do that because they want to know you. They want to know you. They want to know your story. And most times, everyone that apply for same scholarship, they all deserve the scholarship. And they only need one or two people, right? They only need few people to pick. So they can't pick everybody. The only way they can filter out the people that are applying is through their story. They want to learn if you've been able to acquire some skills over the years through your journey in life. They want to be able to know if you have experience, if you have, if you are hardworking. They want to know all these qualities through your story. And how can you share this if you don't reflect on your journey? Many of us here, we have very powerful stories, but we don't take time to reflect on them. And when you don't reflect on your story, you don't, know who you are. It's even reflect on your application because you don't get to know what to write, right? So many of us, if you want to write our personal statement, we only put down a few things because we don't reflect on all the challenges we had when we were in high school or secondary school. If it's Nigeria, you don't reflect on all the pains you had when you had to do your project in school, all the challenges you went through, right? For you to be able to graduate, all of those journeys, they are very important for you to write your story, right? At times when they ask us to write about our leadership essays, many people will tell me, "Oh, Sam, I don't have any leadership essay." Leadership essays or statement is not about you leading people alone. How you even led yourself to where you are now is a leadership statement too, right? So all of these things are your stories which you can put together when you're applying for anything. And this also connect back to you applying for jobs, you're applying for any opportunity, right? You need to be able to reflect on your journey and bring out your story in a very nice way for people to connect with who you are. The other aspect of this, I'm sorry, just trying to find my mouse. Okay. Oh, good. Mhm. The other aspect of this is search for opportunities. So now we've discussed about you understanding your journey, right? You understanding your journey, you already know your why you're applying. You already know you've reflected on your journey. You already know where you came from and where you're going. You need to search. You need to search. Sorry, I don't know why my laptop is okay. You need to search for opportunities. Many of us don't search, right? And if you don't search, how can you apply? And if you don't apply, how can you win? Right? You need to search for opportunities. And searching for opportunities is time-based. Why? Because opportunities are in cycles. Every year they come and they go, right? The people that are applying for the Erasmus now or Commonwealth or Chevening, there's a time to apply, right? So one thing that you have now on your hand is the fact that last year all these opportunities came. Maybe you did not apply for them. They are coming again this year. But you need to search ahead. You need to prepare ahead for them, right? You need to search for opportunities. There are many platforms to do this. You can even just put it on Google, right? Okay, if for instance you study biological sciences like me, you can say, okay, what are scholarships for biological science students? And today you have ChatGPT, you have AI. We did not have this 5 years ago when we were looking for opportunities. Now you have all these tools with you. Why not just put them in, leverage on them, and use them to search for opportunities, because when you search for them, you get to apply for them and then you get to win them. And those that get this opportunity earlier are those that win them. The other thing is this: avoid overthinking and start applying. I had this issue when I wanted to apply for Vani scholarship. And why? Because it's a very competitive scholarship here in Canada. Very, very competitive. They only give 56 PhD students. So, and everyone I met, when I told them I want to apply, they all told me that, Sam, how do you want to do this? Why? Because before you can even apply nationally, your school has to pick you. Before your school pick you, your faculty have to pick you. Before your faculty pick you, your department have to pick you. So there are a lot of stages of selection before you can even get to the national competition. So how do you want to win it? And every of my friends, none of them apply. They did not apply because it's not as if they can't win, but they don't just apply because they believe they can't. And that's why I said this thing is a thing of the mind. It's a battle of the mind first before you put your application on paper. If you already believe that you can't win it, you can't win it, right? Because you won't even apply for it. You will think, oh, there are people that are better. Then you look at yourself, you belittle your story, you belittle your opportunities, you belittle everything. There are some of us on this corner that we've never submitted an application because you believe you finished with 2-1. How will you compete with a first class student? Well, it's all about your story, right? There's something that made you to finish with 2-1 and not first class, and you know yourself that you are smart, right? You can write your story in a way that a reviewer will read your story and believe that, wow, this person is actually smarter than this first class student and give you the scholarship. We've seen people win this. I've seen Tutu win scholarship in US and they are done with their MBA program now. These guys are just, they don't just care about the grade, they just kept on applying, right? We already have the Tutu, we have it. Then the only thing that can limit us now is ourselves not applying. And today they are MBA graduate already in US, right? So you have to just go above your overthinking, right? Above you limiting yourself and start applying, right? Because you don't know what is at the other end of the application. You might be sure, it might shock you, maybe you are the only person that applied. I've seen someone here, a brother here told me something interesting that when he wanted to apply for a scholarship, um, it was when he looked at the criteria, he did not meet any of them. But he just felt, okay, let me just put it in. Who cares? Funniest, he was the only one that applied, and they gave him because when they did not see any other application, the review committee said for him to even try, even though he did not meet any of the criteria, they gave him, and it was a huge amount of money, right? So avoid overthinking. Apply, apply, right? If it's when you apply, you even learn how to win, right? And nobody will apply for you. I still look at some of the applications I did. I probably applied to maybe 100 schools. I don't know when I was looking for application. But when I read all those essays now, I know why I did not get them. But today now, through those experiences, I've been able to learn how to write grants, win grants, win fellowships, win, a lot of scholarships, because I have learned over time from failures. This year alone, I've received probably 3 or 4 emails of we're sorry. But all those we're sorries are not something that make me feel bad for my next opportunity. It's just the fact that maybe the opportunity is not meant for me. And let me just mention this too. Therefore, not every opportunity is meant. They are not meant for you because opportunities carry a lot of weight. They determine where you're going to be located. They determine where you're going to move to in destiny. I'm a Christian, so I believe so much in you going towards the right path in life. I came to Winnipeg. I've never heard about Winnipeg in my life before when I got my scholarship to come and study in Canada. But when I came here, this is where I met my wife, settled down, have a family while doing my program. I came here on scholarship, but many things have happened in my life. So you have to think beyond just winning scholarships too. Don't just apply randomly. Oh, US is closed. Let me just go to Europe. Oh, Europe is closed. Let me just go to Canada. If you think like that, you are probably also too desperate. You have to think clearly and pray and okay, what's the direction for my life? Where should I go? I never submitted a single application to US because I just knew it's not US. So I didn't even apply there when I was applying. I focused on Canada, right? So you need to be able to, think clearly and not overthink. Don't limit yourself and just go ahead and apply. So the next one is learn how to tell stories. This is one of the most powerful things you need to learn when it comes to applying for scholarships. You need to learn how to tell stories. Scholarships is all about storytelling, and it's the better storytellers that win them. I told you something at the beginning that there are some guys that just know how to win this thing. I have some friends that almost every day they're always announcing, oh, I just got this grant, I just got this scholarship, I just get this fellowship. And there are some people that are applying and applying and they are not winning. Why? They don't know how to tell stories, right? Some of us we want to be humble. Oh, don't let me share who I am. Let me just say, oh, I am this kind of person so that they won't think that I'm a proud person. Let me tell you something, you are competing. And even the Bible says, let your light so shine. You have to make this light shine very well when it comes to scholarship application. Because the people you're competing, they don't know about what you know. They are going there to boast. And it's only those that both the committee does not know, they don't know you at the back end. They only see your document. They don't know, they can't see you. If they can see you, maybe they can judge. Oh, the way this lady looks, I think she's someone that we can pick. She's ambitious. It's only your story that will tell about who you are, right? So you need to tell your story well. You need to share about who you are in a way that they will know that this person really deserves this opportunity, right? Not that we're trying to help her or we're trying to, assist her. No, you are not being assisted here. You're the scholarship they're also providing for you. It's not a scholarship to help you. And we need to get this clear. It's not a scholarship to elevate you from poverty or elevate you from pain. No, this is something that is also impacting them. It's a win-win. You come into a country to come and study to add up, to add to their research, to help them advance, and they pay you little. That's why it's called stipend. They pay you very small. For I've been doing my PhD now for almost 6 years. I've done quite a lot of analysis on on genetic disease and all those things to advance research, both in Canada and globally, right? And they give me something small. If I'm working maybe with a company or industry, I'll probably be getting way more than I'm getting now, right? So don't look at it as a way for them to help you or a way for them to elevate you from pain or something. No, you have to see yourself in the light of, okay, I'm here to win, I'm here to compete, and I'm going to give my best because the guys you're competing with are giving their best. They are not reducing themselves. So you need to learn how to tell stories. I'll be sharing some template frameworks that can help you. So the first framework, if you're trying to tell a story for your scholarship application, we have the STAR framework. It's a popular framework. So this framework, you'll talk about the situation, right? If they ask you to talk about your leadership experience or to talk about your research experience, you don't just say, oh, I did this analysis or oh, I impacted 1 million people in my community. Nobody cares about that. They want to see the experience. That's why they ask you to tell a story, right? You need to talk about the situation. What was the problem? Okay, my community, we had, there's no access to good water. That's the situation. So, what are the tasks involved with that particular situation? So, what we want to do is we want to, maybe create a borehole or try to look for a way to get water. That's the task. So, what are the actions you took? What was your role in that task? Okay, as the leader of the team for this particular project, I had to work together with the team to create a plan. And by creating the plan, we're able to go to the community leaders, and through that, we're able to raise some funds. And from there, we were able to build a borehole. What was the impact of that? Okay, you built the borehole, one. Number two is through that project, the community was able to gain access to good water. And then they were more healthier compared to before when they used to have disease. That's the result, right? So that shows you, the whole step it takes to apply, to write your stories, right? And to show the task, the actions you took, and the results you were able to get. Another thing is this. I already talked about this, but I will say it again. Own your story and be confident. Please, this is a very important mindset if you want to win anything in the scholarship space, especially in this age. With AI now, the ground is leveled, right? Before, some people don't know how to write. That's why they couldn't share their story well. Today now they know how to, and they boast about it very well because they have ChatGPT that can help them write the essay, right? So today now, what differentiates me from you is my story, not really my writing. It's my story, not really my writing, right? Because AI can write for me, but what is going to write for me, I'm going to give it to the AI, right? So, and what I will give to the AI is my story, right? So, what will differentiate me and you now is our stories. The opportunities we've won, the ones we've lost. When we put them together, then that's we look very nice on the paper and be confident about it. Be very confident about your story. Embrace failure. You're going to fail a lot when it comes to applying for scholarship. You're going to fail a lot. It's part of the process. We don't call it failure, right? We call it experience. You're gaining experience. You're learning. And if you're not ready for this, it's something that I'm just trying to let you know. You're going to see a lot of them. And anytime this happen, there are three mindsets we have to, connect with failure. Maybe some of you here, you're already applying and you're not getting it. These are the three mindsets. Number one is this: not every scholarships are meant for you. So anyone that I fail is not meant for me. So I'm even happy. Father, thank you for closing this door. Right? There are some doors that need to be closed. Not every door. If all the scholarships are opened for you, you'll probably be confused too, right? So some will not happen because they are not meant for you, right? Number two is many opportunities are below you. That's another thing we don't want to accept, right? Many opportunities are already below you based on where you are now in life. So when you apply for those opportunities, they look at you and other applicants and they feel like if we give this person, you are probably not going to get a lot of things from this opportunity. So they don't give them to you. So that's another thing. And that's the mindset of most times we want to apply for something easy, right? So that you can get it easily. But those opportunities are way below you. The other thing is the opportunities, they are above you. So most of the ones we fail, they're actually the ones that are above us because we've not grown enough to win them, right? The people you're competing with are way ahead of you. Some opportunities now you need a master's, but you don't have a master's yet. Some opportunities you need to have a first class, and you don't have a first class, right? The reason is because those opportunities are above you. And let me tell you, those are the opportunities you should reach out to apply for, not the ones below you, and not the ones that are not meant for you. Because the ones that are above you will stretch you. They will want you to become better. Okay, I did not finish with the first class, but I can get publications. Okay, I did not finish with the first class, I can go for conferences. Oh, I not finished the first class. I can do other things. I can engage in leadership opportunities to help myself. I have a friend. We finished together in FUTA. I finished with the first class, but he finished with, but he did not finish with the first class. And when, and when we graduated, I was amazed because he just reached out to me that he wants to get into the, social space because I was really there then. And I was shocked because when we were in school, he was not into all of those things. And looking at his academic, performance and everything, I did not even know he's going to get the scholarship. But the funniest thing is he just came into the space and was so serious about it for about a year or two. And before we knew it, he got shifting. Now he's done with his master's, he's back in Nigeria and he's doing amazing things, even in his community. Why? Because he was able to identify his weakness. And he knew that if I go into this leadership space and really work out there, I can use that to win a Shivling scholarship. So you need to be able to think and see, who you are, and then look for ways to leverage on both your strength and your weakness to win scholarships. And leverage relationships. You need mentors, you need people that can write reference for you, you need friends that are also going in the same direction on how to win scholarship. All of these things are the foundations to win, right? I believe many of us here, if you read an application, memo, you are going to see everything they need. But these are the things that will make you win, right? Leverage relationships, have friends, have people around you that can help you to win and apply for scholarship. Follow rules and guidelines. Many of us don't do this. They ask you to write 500 words, you want to write 1,000, right? Follow rules and guidelines. They don't joke with this. If they ask you to write 2 pages CV, don't write three, right? Follow the rules and guidelines and follow them. Ensure you follow them well. Why? Because all these committees are looking for ways to remove people. And before they even read your work, they will first see if you follow their guidelines. And it also shows that you have attention to details, right? So follow the rules and guidelines very well. Work on yourself. Get better. Get better on yourself. This is 2026, right? If you want to win any opportunity, you have to be different. You have to change your mindset. You have to read books. You have to connect with people. You have to attend programs like this. Work on yourself. Be better this year, right? Focus on how to be better. Because when you work on yourself, opportunities will naturally come to you. You won't be pursuing them, right? The opportunities you're looking for also looking for you. They want you because they were created for you, but they're only created for a version of you that you've worked on, not, a version that you can't win them with. Because if you also win the opportunity, when you get there, how will you be able to, stand out? How will you be able to do well in the program if you've not worked on yourself? So please work on yourself. Learn how to write emails. Learn how to edit your CVs. Learn how to write cover letters. Learn how to engage people. Learn how to, reach out to people, network with people. Go on your LinkedIn, update your LinkedIn, upgrade it. Because all these guys, they will check you out on different platforms to see what you're doing. Volunteer for organizations. Look for something you love doing, you love to do, and look for an organization or a platform to shine that light. Because all of these things are what we end up as your story, right? That you're going to put in your application. All of these things are what you're going to use to impact the world. You have to start working beyond yourself. You have to start seeing beyond yourself, right? You have to start looking at how to impact your world. And when you do, the world will reward you with opportunities, right? So when you see some people winning these things and you are not winning them, probably you are not working on yourself. Probably you're only thinking about yourself. Probably everything is about me, 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 me. You have to go beyond that. The opportunities are given to you so you can make the world a better place, not to make yourself better alone. And that will be the end of my application, the end of my talk today. Thank you very much, and I welcome questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. Oh, one thing I learned about the presentation you gave was that we shouldn't limit ourselves to like one scholarship. We should believe in ourselves and never give up, even after a lot of application rejections. Thank you so much. Any questions from the audience? If you have any questions, raise up your hand that is provided by Zoom, or like type it in the chat. Okay. If there's no other questions, Mr. Samuel,
Yeah. Let me just come in at this point. Oh,
oh,
thank you. Thank you, Efosa. And thanks, Mrs. Fumilola Ladipupo. That was so great presentation. She navigated all the benefits. She told us about that, all the benefits you have in Europe, and aside Europe, that you can apply to other opportunities outside Europe as well. But she, coming from Europe, she made us to realize that there are a lot of opportunities there, because now, and I think it will be a good one for people in Africa at this point when US is a bit tight, and even Canada is somehow tight. Yeah, so it's an opportunity. She mentioned about the benefit, and she also mentioned about persistent, because so many people, you just apply once and you feel that, oh, that is all, I cannot continue. She has been applying since 2020, so that taught us about persistence. So, and we really appreciate you. That was amazing. Thank you so much. And Mr. Samuel coming out to tie it up with the tips that you really need to win this award. So I believe this is really great and amazing event today. So, but before we go into the question and answer, I believe some of us have questions, but probably the speakers have mentioned that or answered your question. But I want us to feel free. We still have a few minutes before we are going to wrap up the meeting. So still feel free to send your chat, your questions on the Zoom chat, or if you still want to raise your hands up. I also want to appreciate some of our board members who are on call, and Mrs. Abiola. Thank you also for giving us a summary. She already provided a summary in the chat there, so if you miss any point, you can see quickly go through. We have some of our volunteers on call as well. We appreciate you all. So there's still someone I really want to invite. That is Edwin, who is also a scholar of MasterCard scholarship. I reached out to some of the MasterCard scholarship, and they were like, "Oh, things have changed." Like there was a lady that attended, that enjoyed the scholarship, I think in 2020, 2021, 2020. So when I reached out to her for this program, it was like, "Oh, things have changed. I'm no more there." So probably you reach out to those who are current. So we have Edwin. Bobry also on the call, who might want to just say one or two things to just encourage people or maybe shine a bit of light onto what MasterCard scholarship is all about. Edwin, you have the floor, please. And then we come to one or two questions and wrap up the day.
Hello to everyone, and
Thank you, Edwin.
um, I'm sorry. I think I joined late. I checked the time and maybe like I didn't do the conversion well,
Okay.
so I think I missed a lot. But that was a nice submission from Samuel. Yes, I really learned a lot from his presentation. Yeah, so I am Edwin Brobe from Ghana, and I'm a current MasterCard Foundation scholar at the University of Toronto in Canada. So, about the MasterCard Foundation, briefly, it's an organization that is helping Africa and indigenous communities in Canada here in terms of education and as well as financial freedom to people by investing in them. And the whole idea is that they think that a way of helping Africa is by educating the youth and then allowing them to give back to their community. Because there's an adage that teach a man how to fish and he will not come to you the following day to ask for fish. So that's a way that the MasterCard Foundation is impacting the continent by building transformative leaders who they believe would be able to transform the continent through their talent and their leadership skills. So for the MasterCard Foundation, they partner with institution. So the main partner is with the African Health Collaborative, which is in Africa. Their headquarters is in Ethiopia. So that is the main partnership. But the African Health Collaborative has also partnered with a lot of universities, about 29 universities. So I think this year, the last year, 2025, sorry, they made their first partnership in Nigeria. Yeah, they weren't in Nigeria yet, but they are in countries like Ghana, Ethiopia, Rwanda, they are in Kenya, they are in Uganda, and a whole about 8 countries in Africa. So to talk about the scholarship, so the scholarship is through the partner universities. It's through the partner universities, and they all have their application window that they open. So it's not like other scholarships where they open one window for everyone to just apply. So you have to search through the institution that you are interested in. Some of them have requirements as to you have to apply from a certain school that they are partnered with. Other than that, you can't apply. So you have to do searches on that to know which type of institution that you qualify to apply. So about the application process, the MasterCard Foundation gives a lot of opportunity to women. About more than 70% of the scholars are women or are ladies. And they also give a lot of opportunity to disabled people, refugees as well. So that notwithstanding, males to stand a chance of like getting the scholarship. It's a 100% scholarship. They take care of your tuition. They give good stipend, your air flight, accommodation, and everything. They take care of the health insurance, everything. So it's a very good scholarship. So I don't know what to tell. So I think one thing I'll talk about that application process is that for MasterCard Foundation, they are very interested in community engagement and leadership skills. Very important. So if any one of us want to look at that, you have to make sure that on your CV, you have a lot of experience. So from Mr. Samuel's presentation, he touched on that, and I was very, very Happy that you talked about that. So experience matters a lot, even for the University of Toronto. One time I was speaking with one of the admission team members, and she mentioned that when an application is put in, the main thing that they look at is your CV. They look at your CV, they check your experiences, then to your SOP. So it's about the experiences that you have. What are you bringing to the university? What do you have that you want to build on it? Right. So please, if anyone is considering the MasterCard scholarship, please look at your community engagement and leadership skills. Very, very important. As well, your CVs are also, sorry, your transcripts are also important. Yeah, but anything that is first class, second class is okay. You qualify to apply to the MasterCard scholarship. So it doesn't matter if you're not a first class student. There are a lot of my colleagues who didn't finish with first class, but they are here. So it's all about telling a story. As Samuel said, now you have to know how to package yourself, know how to talk about maybe the little thing you call it. You can talk about it for it to become something that is well convincing to a lot of people. So I think someone has talked a lot about the tips or how to prepare to apply for scholarships, and I wouldn't like to reiterate all of them. So just be consistent. Because I applied for the scholarship, I think this is my second time. I applied last 2 years, but I got rejected, and I sat down and I revised everything, and I realized my mistakes. So I make sure that the second time I did a lot of changes in my applications. So I revised my CV, my SOP, I built some experiences in addition. So always reflect whenever you get rejections. Do not submit the same application the following year or the next time. Make sure that there's something new that you've added to the previous one that got rejected, and don't be afraid to apply. Don't be afraid to apply and broaden your scope. I would say broaden your scope because um, there are a lot of scholarship out there. So during my time, I got two scholarships. I got the Commonwealth Share Scholarship as well at the University of Glasgow. So when it came, I just decided which one to choose, and I decided to come to like Canada, like looking at a lot of things, like a lot of factors. So broaden your scopes. The scholarships are out there. So just do your searches well, and follow the instructions and everything. And yeah, I think everything will be good. Yeah, so I wouldn't say much. Yeah, I think the previous speakers have touched on a lot. So I'm open to any question that um, comes after us. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Edwin. Thank you so much. I think we can just take one or two questions from the audience or the participant. Please, Efesa, you can read the question. I think there was a question on the chat.
Yeah, there's a question. There are actually three questions now. There's one from Ayomide Oren Rinde. I have a question for Mrs. Fumilola. What skills outside of academic excellence do you think contributed most to your success, especially as someone in the nutrition field? Mrs. Fumilola, there's a question.
Okay, so what skills outside of academic excellence contributed most to my success? Uh, I would say there are many skills that I acquired during my period of waiting. Like I tried to not to sit down and weight behind. I was trying to acquire different skills to add to my CV and make me stand out. So, but the one I would say contributed most is research, the research writing skills, because and it is even helping me till now because um, at some point, even during the course of my master's program, you have to write, make presentations, write some documents, like write even some write manuscript draft also. So I would say research, because I for like 2 years, 2 to 3 years in between the period I was waiting, I was fully into research. I learned how like all the grits in research, how to make data collections, how to gather all the skills and make it a whole manuscript writing, even data analysis too. So I don't know if we have the time, we should also, as a scholarship recipient, data analysis and data entry is a core skills you have to learn, because yeah, you would be involved with different research, and it won't be really well. You can learn on the go, but then it's good for you to have that particular skills, because it will help you, especially in STEM, to really help you to move and go a long way in your research and make things easier for you. So I will basically say my research skills really made me stand out.
Sorry, Miss Fumilola. I also have a question. Does volunteer also like make your success story better? Like volunteering and then you add it to um your application. Does it make your success better? Or like them receive your application better?
Yeah, yes, volunteering also made me stood out, because I wasn't just volunteering in my field too. I was also volunteering in some community based program that I also added to my CV to make them see that, oh, I, since I was competing with many people, so you have to ensure you make sure your application is like robust for them to see that. And this particular scholarship I applied for, there was no interview, so they just checked our documents and said, "Oh, this is the particular person you want to." So I had to make sure I put relevant and added every thing that I feel would really make me stand out.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fumilola Oladipo. There are other questions. From Comfort. Her question is, can I get a scholarship for a course different from my first degree certificate? From any of the two speakers.
Okay. Please, can you repeat the question? Can I get a course what?
Can I get a scholarship for a course different from my first degree certificate?
Yes, definitely. That's possible. But I would say um, you should be able to like show the experience you've gained from maybe when you finish your first degree that make you to be, eligible for the scholarship you're applying for. So the story of my friend I shared earlier, he got a scholarship in education, and we both did biochemistry. But what he did was he was involved in leadership engagement in education for a lot, like for about 1 to 2 years. So, and was able to tie the story that okay, being a biochemistry student, I've been able to, acquire some skills that can help me to do well in this program, and together with my leadership engagement. So it's possible to get like scholarship in another field, but you need to be able to explain it, maybe through your experience or through what you're doing. Maybe you started an organization that work, let's say, in climate change now, and you want to do maybe get a scholarship in environmental science or something. And even though you did not study that, but because you already have a lot of experience in what you're doing, that can open that door for you. So it's possible, but you need to be able to clarify. And you don't just want to also be switching fields, right? Because you have to come from the angle of your strength, right? You have to come from the angle of your strength. So look at what you've acquired over time and see, okay, what can this get me, right? So
Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Somebody else in the chat. Oh, yeah. Chiamaka Julius. She said, "Hi, Mr. Edwin. Do all partner universities under MCF send rejection emails? I'm yet to hear from Arizona University, and I don't know if they have moved on to the next process."
Okay, please. So as I said during my submission, the universities they do things differently. So for some of them, example, UC Berkeley, you have to apply to the school, gain admission before you apply to the scholarship. But I think for this question, Julius, yeah, apply to the scholarship first. So what I'll say is that from the application side, some of the universities will made known the expected time that they will get back to you. If it's not stated, most times within a month, they should get back to you. That's if you should continue with your application. Other than that, they may or may not send a rejection email. So if you wait too long, like more than a month or like 2 months, and you're not hearing from them, the likelihood that you didn't get through the first stage is high. So I would advise that you look elsewhere. Yeah. So for most of the universities, that's how they do it. Most of them will first of all screen you, I call it pre-screening stage. So if they are not getting back to you, it means you didn't make it to the first stage. But you can as well reach out to them and they will let you know your status. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edwin. And there's one last question in the chat from Oluwafikayo Mary Salami. Her question is there any hope for someone who graduated with a second class lower division? Anyone can answer the questions from our three scholars in the house.
I think I can react to that before Mr. Samuel comes up. I probably will say that person asking the question comes in late, because if you are in when Mr. Samuel gave his presentation, you already answered that. But Mr. Samuel, please, can you just throw more light on that? He shared his experience from his friends and then what you can do to still get there.
oh yeah, it's possible for someone with a third class or even second class lower to get scholarships. But again, as I said in my presentation, you have to be able to show something more extra. We have some people that get a third class, and what they try to do is to first get a master's. So I also have another interesting story, and this is actually my mentor. Is currently a professor now in US. When he finished his undergrad, he finished with 2-2. But while he was in school, he in his undergrad, he was not that serious academically. So it was towards his graduation and 500 level, 400 level. That's when he, started picking up. And his last 2 years in schools were very good. So he was able to get good grades. And interestingly, many schools, even Canada and US, they don't look at your whole transcript. They only look at your last 60 credits. So even if you finish the first with the top class, look at your final year in school. If they are good, if they are strong, that can give you an opportunity. So it's not really about the whole transcript or the whole grade. That's not what they are. They are just looking at your last 60 credit. And last 60 credit can be, can include a diploma. It can include a master's, right? So if you do a master's program that is very coursework based and you do well in them, so that master's program now can be counted towards your scholarship. So when they are looking at your undergrad, they won't look at your grade alone anymore. Now they will be looking at other things you've acquired, including a master. So besides that, you can, spice it up with conferences, publications, leadership engagement, having a very strong CV, and everything also go back to your story. You can let them know that while you were in school, okay, you went through some challenges in school, and that's why your academics was not as strong. However, you've been able to like work on yourself to become who you are today. So what this application committee are looking for are not just it's not just about the grade alone. They are looking for people that have a very strong story. And like Shivling Scholarship now in the UK, they don't look at your grade, they only look at your leadership. So there are some scholarships like that where grades are secondary, right? But there are some like Commonwealth scholarship that you have to finish with a first class, right? So that's those ones they are really strong on grades. But the ones that are not, just look for the ones that fit in your profile and then go for them. Yeah, that would be my point.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Mr. Samuel, I also have a question for you. We have some participants from Canada, outside of Canada, and inside Canada. The scholarships you talked about, are they available to both people who are inside Canada and international students?
Yes, there are scholarships that are available for both. So, for graduate scholarships, there are some that are based on your school where you are currently studying. So, if you gain admission, let's say to the University of Manitoba, there are University of Manitoba scholarships you can win, right? Then there is also province, like the Research Manitoba, that's a province-based scholarship which you can apply for. Then you have, there's no longer Vanier scholarship. So they cancelled it. So what we have now is a CIHR. So then that international student who can apply, although is quite competitive, right? Because you are now competing with several other students. So yeah, you can apply for all these scholarships. And one thing about Canadian scholarship is you have to be able to, ensure you have good grades when you are in the program. You have to also engage in leadership and things that will set you apart, right? So those are the things they look out for. And once you get into the school to ask for information, reach out to people. Based on our experience with Canada scholarship, they always want to most times they give people that have the information. Like when I wanted to apply for Vani, I have to look for someone that already won it. That's how I was able to win it. Right. So those are the things they look out for. And if you don't mind, I have a video I did on how to win scholarships in Canada. I can always share that with us. It's on my YouTube page. So I interviewed one of my friends. He got the CIHR last year. He's a Nigerian to an international student. So we can get to learn a lot from that experience.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, can you put your YouTube handle in the chat?
We just copy the video and send. So we can, yeah, that video is about I think an hour. It really go actually many of the information I shared here, it went into more detail. He got the scholarship and it's a very, very like it's 47-minute video. So I think that video should provide a lot of insight on how to win. I also share some other details on the YouTube that can help us if you want to like learn a lot about winning scholarship here in Canada and also embracing failure and other things. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel, for answering my question. Any other question available or yeah, it's like there's no other question. Okay. So I would like to call on Anne for our closing remark.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are. Good day. Thank you so much for the opportunity to close. Okay. Can you see? I don't know if you can see me.
Not yet.
Oh. Okay, let me change. Okay, you can see me now. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to close. I've really gained a lot of insights from everybody's talk, even if I've been in the whole process, even currently in my third to fourth year because I'm currently leaving maternity. It's fortunate that even my scholarship funded my maternity leave. It was really relieving, and I could rest and take the leave while I was able to look care for my little one. So that's also part of the opportunity of getting a scholarship, a very good scholarship that could also help you during your times of need. So I was also opportune to be like a previous speaker in the series of the scholarship with the foundation for maybe 2 years because I was a MasterCard scholar 2020. So did my master's on land and water systems, and I'm doing my PhD in geology and geological engineering. So I've also seen continued growth. The foundation having that spotlight also puts me on toes that I need to progress, I need to grow. I'm in Canada currently, so it's really an inspiring initiative. Today's session also reaffirmed that the power of shared stories and strategic support in unlocking global opportunities. I hope all of us would keep building bridges and lifting others and also turning this potential into impact, most importantly. So, one scholarship, one is inspired, and I hope that all of us' voice will be heard one at a time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anne, for the closing remark. I would like to call on Dr. Grace for a final vote.
Wow. Thank you, Efosa. Thank you, everyone. Please, I just want you to drop something in the chat button, what you have gained today. If it's an amazing section, if it's interesting section for you, I want us to do that. Where I want to say thank you to everyone, to our speakers. That is really awesome. All the story tie up. And even with our scholar Anne, who is giving the closing remark, you can see the evidence. And like Samuel also mentioned, in cause of the coming for scholarship, in the midst of it, he got married. Anne has not only got married, but Anne is even nursing baby. She's building family, and all this comes from opportunity to just come on a scholarship to a particular country, which also Fumilola mentioned that even beyond studying, there are so many opportunities to gain from that exposure. So, and I just want my last point to be like, for those of us trusting for this opportunity, please let's take action. More than just words of listening, I will appreciate you to take action. If you are in the field of a scholar, please connect with such a scholar. Let them guide you more. Our joy will be by next year when we're having a scholarship opportunity or awareness like this. You are also coming that, oh, I was in that program and this is my testimony, this is the evidence, this is what I have gained and how my life have changed. That will be that will be our joy. That will be what make the program to be very, very impactful. So please, that is what I would say as my last point. Personally, I also enjoyed from scholarship years ago, and it's really amazing that you're just getting into a country where you don't know anyone, but flight tickets, everything, just like Milola mentioned, accommodation, everything is waiting for you. So it's amazing, and especially for those of us who have been in Africa for a while, it was just first opportunity for you. You are not going to a country to hustle, like still looking for papers. Everything is done. You have stipend. It's such a beautiful experience, which I want to encourage anyone. If you are still out there and you are looking for such opportunity, please take the step. We have had a lot, and especially from somewhere, the step that you need to take. Let's take action. Let's search. It will not jump on you. Like somebody said, you won't get it until you apply. So please, let's apply. Let's burn the midnight candle. If you're out there in Africa, it's not going to be easy, but you have to pay the sacrifice. And I'm sure by this time next year also, you have your success story. So on this note, I want to say thank you to all our volunteers, to some of our board members who came on the call. And Mrs. Abiola sent greetings. She has left the call for her to attend to other programs. So I want to appreciate everyone. And for you who have come also to listen and to get something, I want to say thank you. So we have more of our programs also, which I mentioned earlier on. It will be coming up. We have series of program for the year. So will keep us notified through emails and through our WhatsApp group. And also, please, the section will be accessible also. If I were you and I'm looking for opportunity, I will go back, jot down things. If I didn't do that now, I will jot down things and take step, because we really want to see you also up there, and that will be our joy, that we win together. So we are here also to support. If you need help, maybe concerning your SOP or how to put your story well, feel free to reach out to any of us or any of the scholars. Connect with them on YouTube, on LinkedIn rather, on Facebook. Connect with them. That is how to win. And I pray that your success story will come very soon in Jesus' name. So happy weekend to everyone, wherever you're joining, either evening or morning or afternoon. I want to say thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. And bye for now. Bye everyone. So yeah, bye. God bless.
Bye. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye everyone. Thank you very much.